Have you ever had a thought so private you'd do anything to keep it hidden? What if you couldn't? Imagine your deepest fears, your most embarrassing memories, your unspoken opinions, suddenly exposed. We lock our doors and password protect our phones, but we've always assumed our thoughts are safe. That assumption is vanishing. The technology to peer inside the mind is no longer science fiction. It's here, evolving fast. We stand at the edge of a new frontier. Mind reading could heal, connect, or control us in ways we can barely imagine. The line between miracle and menace is razor thin. This isn't just a story of scientific progress, it's a journey into the human brain, the most complex object in the universe. We'll explore the breakthroughs that brought us here, the machines decoding our neurons, and the unsettling implications of a world where our innermost thoughts are no longer secret. Every thought, every emotion, is a physical event, a cascade of electrical signals in your brain. For centuries, this inner world was a black box. We saw only the outputs, words, actions, expressions. Now we can see the machinery in motion. We've built tools that peer inside the skull and glimpse the ghost in the machine. We're on the verge of understanding the code of consciousness. And once you can read the code, you can begin to understand the message. The last sanctuary of privacy is under siege. Mind-reading technology began not with grand ambitions, but with a desire to understand the brain's mechanics. Enter fMRI, a tool that maps blood flow in the brain, revealing which areas light up during different activities. At first, these maps were crude, like seeing city lights at night, but not knowing what's happening inside. Then, scientists asked, what if these patterns aren't random? What if they reveal more? In a pivotal experiment, researchers showed volunteers images while recording their brain activity, then trained computers to match patterns to pictures. The suspense was real. Could a machine learn the brain's visual language? The test: show a new image, record the brain's response, and let the algorithm reconstruct what the person saw. The result? A blurry, ghostly but recognizable image, science's first whisper from the mind. For the first time, a machine translated a thought into an image. It was no longer science fiction. The boundary between mind and machine had been breached. The implications were immediate. If we can see what someone sees, what else can we decode? The door to the mind had opened a crack, and the world would never be the same. The age of mind reading had begun. fMRI was just the start. To capture the real-time dance of thought, we needed brain-computer interfaces, BCIs. BCIs connect brain activity directly to machines, letting people control devices with their minds. Early versions were invasive, used for patients with paralysis to move robotic arms or cursors. The challenge: isolating the right signals from billions of neurons. Machine learning became the key. Algorithms learned to recognize the neural signature of specific intentions. With enough data, the translator became fluent, turning clumsy movements into natural ones. Decoding became a dance. The user thinks, electrodes listen, algorithms translate. What started as a tool for movement soon aimed higher. Could we decode words, even thoughts, before they're spoken? The answer: yes. The mind's language was no longer locked away. The implications stretched far beyond medicine. The silent world of thought was becoming legible. UC Berkeley's breakthrough electrified neuroscience. Researchers aimed to decode not just movement, but language itself. Participants listened to audio clips while their brain activity was recorded. Could a computer reconstruct the sounds they heard, just from brain signals? The model learned the relationship between sound and neural activity. The test: play a new clip. Feed only brain data to the model and see what it reconstructs. The result: muffled, ghostly audio. Yet the rhythm, pitch, and cadence matched the original. The meaning of language was embedded in brain patterns, extractable by machine. The implications were staggering. Companies like Neuralink now aim to take this further, implanting electrodes for high-bandwidth brain-computer connections. The initial goal is medical, but the long-term vision is human enhancement. The pace of progress, and its purpose, remains uncertain. The mind-machine merger is no longer a fantasy. Imagine this technology in daily life. A job interview just a few years from now. You sit across from a manager who wears a discrete sensor and uses a device to enhance empathy. They assure you it only reads cognitive and emotional states, attention, stress, confidence. As you answer questions, you wonder, did that spike in anxiety register? Did your real thoughts slip through? You recall a tense moment with a former boss. Your brain betrays a flash of resentment. You try to control your thoughts, but the battle is now internal, not just on your face. Every answer feels risky, not because you don't know what to say, but because you fear what you might think. You leave unsure. Did they see a confident candidate, or your private anxieties? The power dynamic has shifted. This is no longer a conversation but an interrogation of your mind. This isn't distant dystopia, it's a plausible extension of today's technology. The pressure to perform is now neurological. Privacy is no longer just about what you say, but what you think. The interview becomes a test of your mind's defenses. The stakes are higher than ever. The line between public and private self is blurring. The consequences are profound. The mind is no longer a sanctuary. The dangers of mind reading go far beyond job interviews. Imagine governments using this on dissidents, activists, or journalists. Thought crime becomes reality. Corporations could target your desires before you're even aware of them, mining your mind for profit. Your vulnerabilities become commodities, sold to the highest bidder. At home, suspicion and surveillance could replace trust. Spouses, parents, friends prying into your thoughts. The social fabric depends on privacy. This technology could tear it apart. Power has always meant control over land, resources, information. Mind reading is the final frontier control over the internal world. It bypasses consent, speech, action, going straight to the source code of identity. The potential for abuse is staggering. We must ask, are there doors of knowledge we should choose not to open? The stakes are existential. The right to think in private is under threat. Yet, mind-reading technology holds astonishing promise. For those locked in by paralysis or illness, BCIs are a lifeline, a way to speak, to connect, to be heard. The first words typed by thought alone are miracles of modern science. BCIs could revolutionize therapy for PTSD, depression, and anxiety, offering real-time maps of the mind. Imagine learning tailored to your brain's needs, or artists creating directly from imagination. Human expression and creativity could reach new heights. We might even share feelings, not just words, radical empathy made real. But would a world without lies be better, or unbearable? Would total honesty bring us closer, or tear us apart? The technology forces us to ask, what do we value more? Connection or privacy? The answer isn't simple. The future of truth itself is at stake. Mind-reading tech demands a new human right: mental privacy. Laws protect our homes and data, but never needed to protect our thoughts, until now. We must build legal and ethical barriers where technical ones fall. The right to keep your thoughts private must be absolute. No forced brain scans, no involuntary access. The right to mental integrity. No manipulation of your thoughts or moods without consent. Who owns your brain data? You do. It must be protected with the highest security. Defending mental privacy isn't anti-technology, it's pro-humanity. Our tools may evolve, but our right to freedom of thought must remain sacred. Like the printing press led to free speech, mind reading must lead to a fierce defense of freedom of thought. The silence in our heads is where freedom is born. We must protect it. So we return to that quiet room, and that chilling thought. What if your mind's privacy vanished? The technology is here, miraculous and menacing. The path ahead is unwritten. The choices we make now will define our future. We must build the rules, the ethics, the protections. This isn't just for scientists or tech companies, it's for all of us. The stakes, our freedom, our privacy, our humanity. What kind of world do we want to live in? What boundaries will we draw to protect our essence? The final question isn't for me to answer. It's for you. Before we let anyone read our minds, we must decide what's worth risking and what's worth protecting. The last sanctuary is yours, if you choose to defend it.